think about this fact. Prospective buyers looking for a home have seen house after house after house, week after week after week, open house after open house after open house. And eventually, that kind of confuses their mind, and they are not able to focus on what exactly is what they're looking for in a house. And then on the process, based on my experience, they actually become pickier about what house to buy. Or they start mixing houses. I want to buy the house with a yard that is a beautiful yard, but I like this kitchen, but I like this master bedroom. They're three completely houses, but they have in their mind that it's one single home. And they're trying to find the dream home. It's very hard to stick out and be able to present your house in a way where people will not forget you. So these are the tricks that I use for my clients to make sure that people are not going to forget us. The number one thing I do is the photos, the pictures. Nowadays, most prospective buyers are going to the internet to look for homes. They don't want to be driving around at $4 a gallon trying to find a home. They want to see the pictures, and that's the one thing is going to bring them to your house. For that case, you want your pictures to have the best side of your house, not the worst side. So do not go amateurish on this and take some crappy pictures. You need to make sure those pictures are very well staged and they're going to show your house on the best face. Number one. Number two is the quantity. You want to put as many pictures as possible. You want to give these people a sense, oh, I love this bedroom, and I will put my daughter here, I will put my son here, oh, we can use this for a game room. Every single picture that you have in there is helping you sell the house. For that reason, it's not going to cost you any extra money to have extra pictures. So make sure you put those pictures in there. The other trick I'm going to give you is to making sure that when someone comes over there, that there is a place where you're going to have a flyer about your house with the address, with information, all the good points about your house, but the best pictures of the house should be in the flyer, because you want the buyer to pick it up and take them home with them. And I want them to keep in their hand when they see house after house after house. They have this beautiful flyer in front of them where they can actually see and say, I remember this house, this is really what I want. So in that case, they're not going to forget you. That's number one thing to do to prospective buyers, to make sure that they don't forget you because they have seen so many houses that day. Staging a home. I have mixed feelings about this. This is not going to be helpful for everybody. Depending on what kind of house you have and everything else, and how is your house condition in the house right now. But staging a house works when properly applied. This is something that has to be considered on a case-by-case basis. And overall, staging does give a good sense of connection to the buyer, especially if it's an empty room. You would like to have something in there that will give people ideas how they would like to decorate this room and how they can see themselves living there. But at the same time, staging is not really helpful if the price of the house is lesser amount, or you have other things in the house that you can use right now, and instead of hiring a stager to do that for you. Then the other trick I have to make sure you understand that we use all the little things that to tilt the buyer in our favor and not go to somebody else. And it's the smell of the house. If you go to your house and it smells nothing, it's because you are already used to the smell of your house. You cannot do that judgment yourself. You have to ask somebody else, a friend or someone that you know that you're not going to be embarrassed, and somebody who's going to tell you the truth. Come to my house, smell it, and tell me what you think about it. Because if your house smells, you are going to lose money. You want no smell. That's number one. And if you have to put a smell, don't overpower with something extra. You're trying to hide something. But majority of the cases, if you're smoking or you have pets, you have a smell. You better get rid of that ASAP before you put your house on the market. And then the other part of selling a home, that is a very key thing, is the visualization of a home, how people perceive every single room when they walk room by room by room. Most likely, if you have a couple, it is the mom, the woman, and the family going to make the decision on the house based on what's inside of the house. And they're going to base it on what they see in the kitchen and the bathrooms. Because No mama wants to bring their family to a house when they see a greasy kitchen or a dirty bathroom. No one wants to come and live on that. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a house. No one deserves that. I wouldn't do that, you know. So for that reason, you need to make sure the kitchen and the bathrooms are spick and span, super clean, even cleaner than that, super, super clean, because you want this person to imagine, yes, I can cook for my family here, and I'll be okay for them to sit down because I know it's clean. And the same thing with the bathrooms. No one wants a crappy bathroom. You know, you may get used to that. You may get used to some molding in the corner or maybe no caulking on one end. But I tell you one thing, if you have that, you're already killing your chances of selling your home for the most money. Fix it. Just fix it. You want the bathroom to be clean and ready to be used by a stranger that are not going to be closing their noses when they're there. So making sure you take care of those little things. And then finally, understand the staging part comes to cluttering a house. That's why staging works in most cases, because they like to take stuff out and just put a few things in. Less is best. If you're moving anyway, pack it up, take it out of the house, get a storage place or somewhere where you're gonna be putting all your stuff momentarily before you go to your next house. But just get it out of the house. Don't stack boxes in one corner. That's the worst thing you can do in a house. If you're trying to sell your house for the most money, you need a house with less stuff, less pictures, less stuff on the counter in the kitchens, less everything. The lesser things that you have in your house, the better for you. Okay? Hopefully this thing is going to help you.